Part 2 of Section 4.2 begins with ecological succession. So ecosystems are constantly changing in response to natural and human disturbances. As ecosystems change, older inhabitants gradually die out and new organisms move in, causing further change in the community. This is called ecological succession. All right, so we're going to be talking about two different types of succession. You have primary succession and secondary succession. Primary succession is when succession occurs when there's no soil that exists. So typically this occurs on surfaces where there are volcanic eruptions occur, and they have covered the land with lava rock or volcanic ash. So they covered that, so you're starting from scratch. The pioneer species is the first species that are going to populate the area. So in volcanic areas, lichens are usually the pioneer species. And the reason lichens are typically the first is because they help to break up the rocks and start, when they die, adding this organic material to form soil, which then can lead to other species. So generally, that's why they're the pioneer species, because they kind of help start forming that soil base that isn't there already. So if we take a look, this is just a graphic of the primary succession. So we have down here our exposed rocks, different lichen and mosses. And again, these pioneer species are important because they help provide the soil for all of these different areas. Continuing on with primary succession, once a pioneer species has appeared, the remains, when the organism dies, will add again to the organic matter, allowing other plants. And this takes place over many, many, many years. So while primary succession occurs when there's typically no soil to start from, secondary succession is going to occur, and they're often caused by natural events like fires, human activities like farming, where you still have this soil base. Once the disturbance is over, community interactions tend to restore the ecosystem to the original condition, and that has to do with the ecosystem biome that it's in, that type of thing. However, this is not always the case. Non-native species alter this balance, so just from humans bringing different things in, different animals, that type of thing can alter the original ecosystem because of these non-native species. All right, here's just that graphic for secondary succession, and again, the big difference is that you're not having kind of that barren rock. You already have some of that soil, and again, weeds are going to start first. And then you kind of move into your mature, and again, time intensive for this. Succession in a marine ecosystem is a little bit different. This occurs on the ocean floor when something changes the structure of the bottom. So one example of this is when a large whale dies and settles to the bottom. There's 3 different stages that you're going to look at. Scavengers and decomposers feed on the decaying meat. Surrounding sediments are enriched from the whale's body, and then bacteria move in and use chemosynthesis to produce food. So this ends the notes for section 4.2.